Hello and welcome back to Nerly Nerds. I am James and I know what you're thinking. Where's your videos been for the last 2 weeks? I've only been doing streams and that's because I've been pretty hooked on Elden Ring. But of course, you guys have seen that I'm a massive Pokemon fan, and in playing Elden Ring, there's been a lot of connections that I've made between the creatures and Pokemon. And of course, I know, they have not based any of these creatures on Pokemon, and of course, Pokemon has never based any of their creatures on the creatures in Elden Ring. It is just a matter of coincidence, but that doesn't mean that I'm not walking around and thinking, hey, that looks like a Pokemon. So, in today's list, I'm going to list the creatures that I believe reminded me of Pokemon and have a real good connection there that I think is high enough to put them on this list. But of course, if you guys have seen any creatures that you think resemble Pokemon more, hit me in the comments, let me know, let me go and look for them myself. But without further ado, let's start the list. Number 1 on the list is Slugma. Now we're going to start off nice and simple. A lava slug and a lava slug. They're both lava slugs, and also this little lava slug likes to spit fire at you, which kind of looks like the move Ember. So in terms of a pretty identical match to match, I'd say this is arguably one of the best ones, as it literally is just it's a lava slug. Now, if you chucked a big rock on its back as a big shell, you'd have yourself a mad cargo, but none of them exist in this game, so I'm going to have to stick with a little Slugma, but I don't think you can quite deny the resemblance. Number 2 on the list is Noyvin. Now, when I first met the bats in Elden Ring, I instantly thought Pokemon. And at first, I thought Zubat. And I don't know why, because the moment I got a full, closer look to these guys, they have the same ears, they have the same tattiness, and in all honesty, they seem to have the same aggression. Now, the biggest thing that made me put these guys on the list was their attack, because this attack looks an awful lot alike this attack. And let's be fair, they're pretty bang on. And also, I know what you're thinking. Hey, they're bats, not dragons. Wait a minute. Look at these guys hanging around in some lava. Seems pretty dragon to me. Number 3 on the list is Ratata and Raticate. Now, when this rat first came at me, I thought, oh shit, better duck. But then I stopped and I looked at it and I thought, wait a minute. This ratty little rat, or ratty very large rat, should I say, and its big front teeth, it reminds me a lot of a Raticate, and a pretty beat up one at that. But if you look around it, you'll also see a bunch of little rats. And for me, it just shouted Alpha Raticate with a bunch of regular Rattatas. It is an absolute sight to see. And I tell you what, if Ratata and Raticate were in real life, I'm adamant they'd be carrying the plague, and I'm pretty sure this rat is carrying the plague. And for one, he's killed me about 100 times, so maybe I won't be catching a Raticate in my next run through. Number 4 is Ursuring. Now, when I first came across these giant bears, I tell you what, I must have died about 15 times. They didn't not kill me. I didn't have a chance. And every time I've seen them since, I'm terrified. They're absolutely terrifying. They're hauntingly scary. But if you go around the area, you have some regular bears, then you have some giant, scary bears. And in all honesty, they have a bit of a pattern on their front. It's definitely not a circle, but instantly I was thinking giant Ursuring. And I mean, you could go Ursaluna, but I'd argue Ursuring is probably the correct answer. An Ursuring that is plagued with anger, because these bears are dangerous. They want you dead, and they're usually successful. Next on the list is Crabby and Kingler. Now, one of the realistic creatures in the world are the crabs. And the crabs are, I mean, they're pretty okay to deal with, if I'm being honest. But they are a little bit annoying, and they do have some random attacks. One of which is a water gun, which is really cool, and instantly made me think, Jesus Christ, they really are Pokemon. So, if you look at the crabs, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have a big crown on its head like the Kinglers do, and the little crabs are just regular little crabs, kind of like a Crabby, so they don't fit the bill quite as much as some of the other ones, but as soon as it used this water gun, I thought it has to be on this list. Next on the list is Onix. Now, within the first 20 minutes of this game, chances are you will come across these creatures, and if you don't think, oh my god, it's Onix, well then we don't have a lot in common, because I couldn't think of anything else. Now granted, these things don't act like an Onix, but they look like one quite a lot. And I will give it to you, they do have one eye, so maybe the difference is there enough to make me not put it on this list, but I couldn't not put it on this list. If you look at it, it's Onix. If you look at it hard, it has one eye, granted. But later in the game, you do come across a rock snake, and I haven't fought it yet, which is why we don't have footage, and it's also the reason it's not on this list. However, I am pretty confident that if we are going to put some sort of evolution system in Elden Ring, and I know it doesn't exist, but hold on, wait there for a second, I would say that these weird little Onix rock snakes could easily evolve into the big giant snake, and then maybe you've got an Onix Steelix situation. But that's just me hoping and praying for everyone to see what I see. But we'll have to just see what you guys say in the comments. And the final creature on this list is possibly the most Pokemon of them all, and that is Zashian. Now, when you play the game, one of the main bosses leads from a fight with a giant wolf. Now, this giant wolf is not just a regular wolf. No, no, no. He is a magical wolf, and he has a magical sword. And Jesus Christ, this guy knows how to use it. The whole time I was fighting it, I was thinking, this is exactly what it'd be like to fight Zamazenta as a primitive person. Jesus Christ, you won't see anything like it. Honestly, I don't think Pokemon could quite beat how Zamazenta, this Pokemon, or creature was, sorry. It was an absolute sight to be seen, and I'm unfortunately unable to get the original footage of that red dragon of Radagon, but I have actually got another bit of footage of the red wolf somewhere else in one of the catacombs. And I know I just called it a dragon. I'm going to ignore it. But yeah, as a Pokemon fan, I couldn't help but see connections absolutely everywhere. And I hope that you can see the connections that I've made with the list that I have. But if you guys have any suggestions, please hit me in the comments. Let me know what you guys have seen, and I will go and hunt them out myself, and I'll make my own decision of just how Pokemon they really are. But yeah, that is it for today. If you like the video, that is massively appreciated, and drop a subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of content. But we're going to continue to spread our wings, touch a lot of games, a lot of series, and try and really have a lot of fun with the world of gaming and our nerd culture. And don't worry, Pokemon is still on the channel, but at the moment, I'm just saving up a little bit of money so that I can afford to buy the next set, because James is broke. But yeah, appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!
If you enjoyed that video, why not subscribe?
If you enjoyed that video, why not subscribe? It'll help me and Natty continue to do the work that we're doing, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thanks!